Well, this is some bittersweet news. It sounds like GTA 6 will probably be releasing in 2024, holiday season 2024. It just might not have all the content that Rockstar are working on. An inside source is saying they may eventually have to cut huge portions of the game to release it in that time frame, and all those cut portions will end up being future DLC. So over the course of the last few months, one of the biggest rumors, one of the biggest speculations is that holiday 2024 is when GTA 6 is going to release. We'll probably get a trailer sometime this year. The 10-year anniversary of GTA 5 is in September of this year, so maybe they're waiting for that. I mean, I hope not, because I would want it sooner rather than later, but this is the year we're probably going to get the trailer, and then next year, that's when the game will release. And according to Rockstar Insider here, it says too that holiday 2024 release has sort of been their estimated time frame. Like that's what they were pushing towards. Although he does say in the first paragraph, unfortunately, it could slip into early 2025. We all hope not though. And as he's saying in the second paragraph, one of the things that is happening at Rockstar and across other companies in the gaming space, across companies just everywhere, the return to office policy is being sort of forced for employees, developers, and such. And he says internally, that's not really like a good thing. A lot of the employees, a lot of the developers aren't happy to return or being forced to return back to the office. And he says, of course, that whole debate and the consequences of that, it's a whole nother topic. But the third paragraph at the very end, there's probably some people that are quitting over that decision. And that is why one of the reasons he says it could slip, it could get delayed into 2025 because they're losing talent. But with the first part of that paragraph, maybe having everyone come back into the offices means that they could be more firm about the announcement this year. Maybe that's why we haven't gotten any official information. They don't know. And then finally at the end, he says he personally doesn't see an announcement as a given this year. But he does say he doesn't think upper management is in a position to delay any further, at least like until 2025 or 2026. So cutting portions of the game to package into DLCs later may actually be what they're going to end up doing. So I guess a simplified explanation is holiday 2024 is when they really want to get this game out because it's probably been too long. I mean, there's so many people wanting this game to release. The sooner the better. But because it's a gigantic game, they might not have everything done for that time. Thus, that's where they cut stuff. And then they eventually repackage it and add it as DLCs later after release. And what's also interesting about this is I think like 2-ish years ago, there was an interview with Jason Schreier, probably the biggest gaming journalist, about Rockstar's culture, what they're doing behind the scenes. I think this article gave us like the first information about GTA 6 that was actually in Vice City. But in this article, there were two important paragraphs which tie into what we just mentioned. The original scale of GTA 6 was giant. It was actually a game that took place in North and South America. So you weren't only in Vice City. You were probably in Colombia or some other place. But at the end of the paragraph, the company reeled in those ambitions and cut the main map down to just Miami and its surrounding areas. So already this game has gone through some cuts, but this next paragraph is the interesting one. Their plan now is to continually update the game over time. So adding new missions, cities on a regular basis, which the leadership, the management hopes will lead to less crunch during the game's final months. And he does just reiterate that even if these cuts happen, it's still a Rockstar game, and a Rockstar small is like every other company's big, if that makes sense. So the game world is still going to remain large. It's still going to have more interior locations than previous games. It's still going to be a big game. It's just not going to maybe have all the content that the devs are working on. And that for sure, I think could be concerning to some people. But I guess the question that you have to answer, would you rather GTA 6 to come out sooner with potentially less content, or would you rather wait an extra year or two to have the whole thing? I think for me personally, I don't know if it's like the best, but I think I'd rather have it sooner. mainly because we've just been in such a long drought between GTA titles. It's been 10 years. I would rather have it in 10 years and not 12, because if you are eventually going to get that extra content, then eventually all will be the same. But I don't know. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion. But that is the newest updates on GTA 6. I guess really the bittersweet part is, yeah, we might be getting it holiday 2024. It just might not have all the content. And I guess as far as like what sort of cut content, so one of the things in the leaked 90 videos, and we're always going to refer back to those because there's just so much information in those videos. There was a couple of video clips of the car interior customization and things like moving the seat forward and back, moving the mirrors left and right, moving the steering wheel up and down. Stuff like that will probably end up getting cut. Like that's not that important to the gameplay. So I'm sure maybe little things like that'll end up being cut if need be. I mean, hopefully not, but if they are in desperate times, I think you're going to end up seeing smaller stuff like that cut. But yeah, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you all for watching. Of course, if there's any more GTA 6 news info, I'll keep you guys up to date. So hit that subscribe button if you are new around here. But thank you all, and as always, I'll see you all in the next one.